Hi guys, welcome to 5 sex myths that I wish were debunked in my sex ed class. These are just 5 common sex misconceptions that I see pushed online a lot, and I wish that someone had taught me more about the truth behind each of them in my sex ed class. Number 1. Sex means penetration. There are so many different forms of being physical with someone that doesn't have to do with penetration. A lot of times a narrative is pushed that unless the act involves vaginal penetration, it's not sex. Referring to penetrative sex as sex further pushes other harmful misconceptions because of the definition's limited scope. It also pushes heteronormativity on people who might not identify as heterosexual. Number 2. Condoms are the only form of contraception I need to think about. Condoms are great for preventing unwanted pregnancies and protecting from potential STIs transmitted through vaginal penetration. However, as mentioned before, there are other forms of sex. For example, to protect yourself and your partner during oral, you can use a dental dam. There's also a ton of different condoms and types of condoms out there, so everyone can find something that's both pleasurable and safe. The third thing I wish I learned is that STI tests are not only for those who have penetrative sex or those who have multiple partners. STIs are spread predominantly by unprotected sexual contact. Condoms and dental dams, like mentioned, are one of the ways to try and mitigate contracting an STI. However, sexually active individuals should be testing frequently. STIs are spread predominantly by unprotected sexual contact. Condoms and dental dams are one way to try and mitigate contracting an STI. Many STIs have no symptoms, and a lot of people might not even realize they're carrying an STI if they don't show any symptoms. Yearly tests are recommended, or each time you want to sleep with a different partner. The fourth myth: men want sex more than women. Some people just have higher libidos than others. It doesn't really matter what gender you are. Shaming someone, however, for partaking in wanting consensual sex is not okay. Sexuality is a normal part of our lives, and it looks differently from adolescence to adulthood. You can only use emergency contraception the morning after sex. The fifth thing that I wish someone told me was that you can actually use the morning after pill past the morning after. So you can actually use the emergency contraceptive up to 72 hours after having unprotected sex. So ideally, Plan B should be taken within 12 to 24 hours of having unprotected sex because it's most effective. But you can basically still take the pill up to about 120 hours after unprotected sex, which is about 5 days, but its effectiveness does decrease. These are all things that I wish I learned in my sex ed class, not through social media or having to Google or even stories of friends. I wish that someone kind of mentioned these things when I was learning about sex. Having this type of information helps us navigate our relationships a lot easier.